Hello, my little munchkins, crones, and sunflowers. How are you on this Friday evening? I hope everything with you is good, and I hope you had a marvelous week. With that being said, I'm going to be reading on Billy Ray Cyrus and Amber Rose?
Fire.
Oh, Fire Rose. These roses?
Yes.
Okay, and Fire Rose. From what I understand, I'm just going to put it out there in the way that I see it. It seems like he hates this woman. And I don't know why, other than it appears that she lied about something. It appears that she's not honest, and it appears that she has been using him and trying to take over his career. And obviously she doesn't get along with his children. And what else, baby Crone?
Yeah, you summed up all their problems in one.
It just seems like.
Oh, you forgot to mention one big detail.
Tell me, baby.
Their huge age gap. She
yes.
is half his
She's
age.
34 years old,
yeah.
and he is
62.
What do you think is going to happen? And she's like recording him. He's using grossly profanity. He says F you. He calls her all kind of names. Mm-hmm. My thing is, obviously this woman she's been married before from what I understand. And she lives in his home, obviously, using his money, obviously. And when somebody has such disdain, my question is, how can you and why would you stay if you are of a good report?
That's a good point.
If you are a good report and you know that these things are not true, why are you recording him? Why are you there? Why don't you leave when you see that this man, to me, hate you?
Yeah.
I don't know, but to me, that's hate. Excuse me. What do you think, baby Crone?
Yes, most definitely. They have been married they're in the process of getting divorced.
7 months.
Yep, 7 months.
That seems like that could fall under an annulment. I don't know what she did. I don't know, but she's an attractive woman, but he's an attractive older gentleman. I don't know. All I know is we're going to just run these cards, and I'm going to run two. I'm going to run one for him and one for her.
Okay. One thing that I hadn't known is that Billy Ray and Miley Cyrus still have a very good
relationship.
Yes.
And it's probably because of the women he's dating or marrying.
Yeah, could be.
You know?
I mean, I'm sure.
And he probably hurt his wife because he was married to Tish for years, right? So I don't know, but we're going to find out.
Yeah.
I'm going to put out two cards.
That who was his achy breaky heart.
Well, him and Trish was together, and I think he has children. And this woman had children too, yes?
Who? Fire Rose?
Fire Rose.
Let me see. I don't think so.
No? She's been married before, though, yes? Baby Crone says, me and my mom always having me look up stuff because I don't know. We don't look up anything. We do it as we go along. Okay. I just want to pick a card for them. I have the star. I have the star, and I think that star is fire. Rose flame.
Fire Rose.
Oh, Fire Rose. And I see Billy Cyrus. And it just seemed like Billy Cyrus is like on the go, like leaving. This is how it looks. You know, as if to say he just wants away from this woman. And this woman, to me, from the way the cards look, it's like she's hanging on for dear life for that fame. for that stardom, for that name to say, hey, I mean, doesn't it look like that?
Yes.
It's like I'm hanging on, and it's like he's like, I'm out. Like if you look at it, just look at it. Yeah, here it is. I don't know if you see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's leaving.
Yes.
And the star flame is wanting to hold on. I think he have her things packed where she can leave. He wants her gone. She's known as to take or steal.
Yep.
And he doesn't want her in his house. I mean, this is horrible. And I don't feel as though they have been married long enough for this woman to acquire anything.
Yes.
I really don't. I think you need to just leave. He said that it is said that she done spent $90-something thousand on his credit card. This is crazy. I don't. Whoo. Well.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we're just going to get into it, and we're just going to see what's the beef. I see the Wheel of Fortune. Well, we know that went bad. Above is another star.
Ooh.
Right there is the swords of the Two of Swords. Below is the cup of the Page of Cups. And the problem is clearly fighting. What I see in this, I see that they don't get along. It is clear this man is guarded. This man don't like her. He don't want to see her. He don't want to be around her. He don't want to give her nothing. He wants this woman out. And she, on the other hand, is like the cup, like saying, I love him. Let's give it a chance. I don't want to let it go. You're not being fair. I don't know how fair it could be when you're recording me.
Yes.
And she's saying that she had to have a breast amputation because she found she had the gene.
Yes.
It's not that, it's from what I understand, it's not that she had the cancer. She has that gene, and now she wants to put it out there that he is not, what is the word? She wants to put it out there that he abandons her because she wants to have this surgery.
Yes.
First of all, I don't know how that could be a bad rap because not everybody can deal with certain things. You know, just because you're sick and you may want a mate that deal with you when you're sick, but they may not want to deal with that. And you got to be okay with that. I mean, a prime example of that, I don't know, but it looks like it just remind me of Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie.
Oh, yes.
Not that I don't think that Brad Pitt didn't want to deal with it because he really tried. It just seems to me that there is some kind of hormonal or something mental happens when women go through this. You know, I really do. So, but anyway, I see that card, and this is about stardom. This is how these cards are showing 2 stars. This woman is stardom. And from what I understand, she is from another country. Australia. And now she's a legal citizen after being married to him.
Yes.
So her stardom is why she's with him. I'm not saying this woman didn't have no love for him. I'm just saying that it just looks like to me from when I'm looking at the cards, even when it shows the Wheel of Fortune, it just seems like this woman was here for the ride and the money and the fame of it. That's what it looks like for me. And it just seems like whatever's going on and whatever he's found out about her, that she's a liar, she used them, she's just there for the come up. And now it's like all he wants is this woman out of his life. That's what it seems to me. Now, you have a question.
Yes, my question is, well, you wanted to know, did Fire Rose use Billy to get citizenship?
Oh, justice, yes. Yes. She used them. I see justice. That's got to deal with the courts.
Yep.
Yes, and I see the magician. He helped just being married to him and who he is. They probably pushed the paperwork through and made it legal for her. Yes, I do see that. You have another question?
Yes, my next question is, what did Billy find attractive about Fire Rose?
I don't know if the cards can tell me what he found attractive, but the cards can tell me. I just think that she was young and beautiful. I don't think the cards can say, well, he found that I just don't think that's an appropriate question to ask.
Okay.
But I do see that this was money involved. It was lucrative to be married to him. Like I said, he's a big star. So to be married to him, it is lucrative. And now he doesn't want her to have his money. He doesn't want, you see the fighting, you see the stardom, you see the star card, the money card. He just wants this woman out of his life. And I'm gathering this is the biggest mistake of his life, to marry this woman. He has such regret and such disdain for this woman. And she's still saying that she wants to go to the house, even though he packed her stuff up, put it in storage, and she still want to come in this house. And when somebody is just only, whatever it is, whatever that is left behind, it can't be much.
Right.
Sometimes you just gotta let things go for your own peace of mind. And it lets me think, because this woman has battled him on this. Mm-hmm. She doesn't want to go. She didn't want to go. She says she still want to work out her marriage. But what marriage? You haven't even been married long enough to be a marriage. It just seemed like it was a disaster. And it just seemed like he felt, and from what he found out about her, her name, where she come from, He found out that this woman is a liar and a cheater, according to Billy Ray Cyrus. Mm-hmm. My question is, was she there with him? Was this a come-up move? I know it was. Yes. Mm-hmm. And it didn't pay off. It paid off. In front, this woman came to him humble. This woman came to him after a loss of whatever was going on in her life. This woman came along when there was a lot of secret things about herself. You see things behind this card. There were things about him that she didn't know. She hid a lot of things. She stood back on a lot of things. This is what these cards are showing me. You see something here and you see something in the back. So this woman had a lot of history and things that she didn't share. And as you could see, here is the knight coming, seeing these things and knowing about these things. And that made Billy Cyrus feel duped. And this is what brought on such disdain for this woman. Right? Mm-hmm. Does she have any children?
I could not find that out.
Okay.
So I'm going to assume she does not have any.
Okay. And what is another question you would like to know?
I would want to know, did she really love Billy Ray?
Did she love him? That's a good one. No. I could tell you that right now. Absolutely no. It was no love involved, because here, this woman was there for a come up. You see a 5, right? Mm-hmm. 5 of what? 5 of Pentacles. So this was a money move for her. This was money move. I'm sure she found him attractive and all of that. And here we see money move. It was the life. It was the lifestyle. It was everything. I don't know what this woman come from or how she even get into the spot of being able to meet him. I mean, we normal people, what they call a regulars. Yes. Us regular people, they not like us people. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're not like them people. How does a regular person get to meet or be in that, other than her beauty? Well, but she was there for the money, because I see temperance. She just overstepped herself. Go ahead, baby.
I was going to say she's actually an Australian singer. I haven't heard any of her music.
We haven't heard any of her music. Did she play the piano or something? I think she plays the piano, because they did show her behind the piano. And maybe that's one of the things how they met, or maybe she was doing the show. I don't know. But clearly she was there for a come up. Because whatever she had.
Yeah, she does play the piano.
Okay, see, she plays the piano. So whatever it was, this was for, the cards are showing, forget about what I'm saying. The cards are showing that this was a money move. She saw a move and she wanted it. And she's a citizen and she wanted that move. And temperance. And I think whatever it was, I truly believe that for a man to be that angry, I feel as though there was deception involved. Was there deception involved? Yes. Yes. It just seemed they were fighting.
Every time it starts off with a 5.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's fighting. He doesn't like her. There was some kind of deception involved in this. He feels used by this woman. She comes in as the empress, as someone that is come off to be good and loyal and honest and trustworthy. And I love you, but she was in for the money. You see, she saw the life and she was in for that. This is what the cards are showing me. You know, she was in for the money. She was in for it. And maybe with his daughter, I'm sorry to hear that that Billy Ray and Molly not close. And it's because of him probably divorcing her mom and being with these young women. I don't know if it'll tell you how long they've been divorced or whatever. But it just seemed like it's sad to see that they broke up. But it definitely see that this woman was in on it for the money. This is what I see. She was there for the come up. She was there for the fame. She was there for what he could do for her. This is what the cards are definitely saying.
They got divorced in 2022. It says in 2010, Billy filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences
from his wife.
Yes. But in 2011, the musicians dropped the divorce. 2 years later, Tish filed for divorce, but the couple rekindled their relationship. In April 2022, Tish filed for divorce a second time, with papers revealing they have been separated for 2 years.
So this is just 2 years ago. Yeah. And how long and he was just married to this woman 7 years ago. So it sounds to me that there was some infidelity going on. How long has he been dating Rose?
Let's see when they started dating.
When did they start dating? Because it seems like let me see, was there infidelity going on in their relationship when he was married to Tish? I see an emperor. I see him moving on. Yep. And I see strength. I think that there was some infidelity in the marriage with him. I see infidelity. Why? I see an emperor. I see somebody that was gone, not there. And then I see strength where he lacked strength in doing what he did.
Yes, they started dating in 2022.
The cards don't lie, do they?
No.
Told you, I didn't even know that. So yes, I do see that. And from what I'm saying, after he's done this, he's looking back on what he has done and he's saying this is the biggest mistake of his life. And I think another part of that is why he resents her so much, because it had tore their family apart with this. Because, yeah, see, it's been fighting. Ever since he's been with this woman, there has been nothing but fighting. He should have read the signs. He did not read the signs, and he left his wife Trish for this woman that he now finds out was not honest.
Yes.
She just wasn't honest. She saw a way to come up by Rose. She saw a way to have her come up, to get her citizenship, to get famous, and to have that money, and to be married to the legendary Billy Ray Cyrus. She took advantage. He peaked her game. Somebody must have started talking. He started hearing things. Next thing you know, this man is saying, and I want out. I don't like it. He feel now that this is the biggest mistake of his life. And there is a part of him that also holds her responsible for the breakup of their family over deception. Like I hear him saying, if this has been a burden from day one. And it's like he was promising that he would let her go, stop dating, but he was still dating this woman. You know, the more I think about it, it would be different if both of them were married, in my opinion.
Okay.
If both was married, Farrah Rose was married, and they both had lucrative, and they both were kind of like even financially, and then they have a relationship that doesn't break up. But it just seemed like he gave up his life
Yes.
for this woman. This is what it looks like in the reading. He gave up, and you're verifying it. So the reading is right. It's like he gave up his life for an illusion, something that wasn't real. And it took, I mean, he was dating her for years. It's, you didn't see the signs in the 2 years you were dating her. So this is a new marriage, but this is not a new relationship. Right?
Right.
So he's been dating her, but it seems like as soon as he married her, he realized his eyes was open, and the struggle, all I see is fight, battling, struggle, just heartache with this woman. And now why he can't stand her. I just think that this man hate her. He can't stand her. And on the other hand, I want to know, is she an honest woman? Was she honest? No. She was deceptive. She held things back. She wasn't totally clear, but you can't blame her. I mean, you should never lie and be deceptive. But I'm just looking at it in layman terms. You get to hook up with a man that has everything. They can set your career, change your life. She did what a self-motivating person would do. She seized the opportunity. She came in, whatever it took to land him. The thing is, she landed him, but she couldn't keep him. Yeah. He caught on. It was much too late. I guess once the relationship was out in the open and it was no longer secret, things started coming out. He started hearing things and knowing things about her and resented her for his life. That's what the cards are saying to me. And so he made a contract with her, but I feel as though he made it, but when he made it under a false disguise, that like this woman wasn't totally honest about whatever was going on in her life. She kept a lot back. But I blame Billy Ray Cyrus also for not for A, cheating.
Yes.
And B, for not looking in, just going after this young woman.
Yes.
And at the time when he met her, she probably was 32 years old and he probably was 60. And at the time, he just didn't think about these things. And now that his life is in shambles and he sees this woman as a parasite and he wants her gone. I'm not calling the woman a parasite. I'm saying that's how he sees her. She's a parasite. She's a leech. She's leeching. She wants everything. He stopped his credit cards. I don't understand how you can spend $92,000. Whew, 92. Wow.
Well, 96.
Okay.
Yes.
That's 4 extra. So that's 96. That's almost $100,000. And he just, and she's saying that he let her have the credit cards.
Yeah, it's a he say, she say battle now.
It's that he say, she say. I don't know when the marriage is, I think in California, it's a no-fault state. But when you're married that young, I mean, when you're married and you've only been in a relationship for 7 months married, I don't know what you think you're going to get out of it. Was there a prenup? I don't think so.
That's a good question.
I don't think so. Yeah. No, I think that there was no prenup. I have the King of Cups. I had the Hierophant, the Mediator, and I had the Moon. And I think that this was no prenup involved in this. What does it say? Was it a prenup?
Oh, let me see.
I don't think that there was a prenup. I don't think that there was a prenup involved. I could be wrong, but I don't think that there was a prenup. I think that this was one of the marriages, they got married in a fever. Hotter than a pepper sprout. And I think that, what's there? The cards are looking like, no, it just looked like to me that this woman played them in a sense.
It doesn't seem to be anything mentioning about them having a prenup.
Yeah, I don't think that there was a prenup. I think he was gullible, and I think that she saw what she wanted and she went after it. That's what I see. And I see that the truth came out, and when it did, I think that this man just resented her, and now his family is torn apart over his infidelity for this woman. And at the end of the day, what do I make out of this? He will be getting his divorce. I don't think that she's going to get much of his money. And I think that he's going to be able to put this in behind. I think he just wants this woman gone at all costs. I think he just want her gone. He don't want her with his money, clearly. He turned his back on it. I don't want to have a relationship with her. I don't want to be with her. I regret the day I met her. This is what I'm seeing. This man has absolute no feelings for her but contentment. He doesn't like her. He resent her, and he blame her for deception. This is what I see in their reading. I feel as though he's been lied to and deceived. This is what the cards are showing. Am I right?
Like they say, used and abused.
Used and abused. And yeah, I just feel as though I see two queens. And yes, I just feel as though he felt like he's been deceived by a woman. And I'm getting the impression that he just feels like my whole life is problems with women. But this woman is trying to take me down. And this is what hurts him the most. And do you have any more questions?
No, I don't think so.
I think this is all I got right now. This is all I have enough room for. Is there anything else? Well, we see that this will be amicable. This won't be amicable because she doesn't want it, but they are filing. Is she going to get anything out of this?
That's a good question.
Is Flame Rose?
Fire Rose.
Is Fire Rose? Is Fire Rose going to get anything out of this other than what she already has gotten?
Honestly, with a name like Fire Rose, run.
She may get something. Because for her, whenever I pull up anything about her, it's pentacles. This woman saw, I'm not saying she didn't like him or anything, but I see that she saw the fame and the money, and she wanted it, and she went after it, and it all caught up in the end. Will she walk away with a few? Maybe. It looked like it might be something given to her. Maybe, maybe not. But also, I'm picking up, last thing I'm picking up, yes, the death horse. I definitely pick up, she feels humiliated. She feels humiliated, and she feels as though she was used to. So this is why it is the way it is. She feels as though he has mistreated her, he has abused her, and she wants money for this. So as if she hasn't gotten enough. Well,
sounds like she's the one that's really delusional.
Right, but this is what the cards are saying. And sometimes you just gotta pay. With no prenup, California's a no-fault state, I would go for an annulment, But it depends. I mean, you was dating this woman for 2 years, and now you marry her and you find out these things. I guess because once the marriage was, everything was out in the open. It wasn't a secret, and then people seen it and people started talking. This
And
is
it
what
could
I
have also been that now that she has married him,
think.
maybe they was doing a long distance relationship where she was
Right.
on a temporary visa.
Visa.
And
Right.
now that she's living full time in America, now that she got her citizenship,
Yeah.
she got a completely different face now.
Right, it could be that. Well, that's what we had. That was interesting. I feel like that went by so fast. Well, that's what we had.
Yeah, this just came out the woodworks. I was just like, oh my God.
I was following the story for about a month, but I wasn't gonna read on it. But it got to the point I'm like, I gotta read on this. You know, I didn't know that the still waters in this relationship was gonna run that deep.
Oh wow.
But she finally got out the house. They got her out of the house. He got her out of the house, and she still wants to go back in the house. He packed her stuff. I don't want her in. It's like he's saying goodbye to this old rubbish.
You know, this kind of reminds me of completely different sidetrack topic. They kind of remind me of Simon and Portia Gabadia. Because Simon's like, you're not going to film in my house. You're not going to film in my car.
Yeah. I want you gone. And these are what our modern day gold diggers look like.
Yes.
That's what it looks like to me. So with that being said, we hope you enjoyed the reading on Billy, say his name for me.
Billy Ray
Cyrus and
Fire Rose.
What a combination.
Yeah.
And hopefully this will end soon for the both of them. And now that she's a citizen, she got that out of the deal. She got a good life, but she was dogging him. She was saying he wouldn't let her go. She could go. And when they asked her, why didn't she leave? Well, why would you stay? That would be my thing.
Yeah,
she said something about she wasn't ready. Then it wasn't that bad. It wasn't as bad as she made it. He probably was left and not coming home and all of that. So, you know, just take this. If you find yourself in a situation like this and a man or woman who you living with don't want you, leave. Leave and let it go. Well, that's my read. I hope you enjoyed my reading on this. It was very interesting.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us. Oh.
Sunflowers.
Oh, please subscribe.
Yes.
Please subscribe. And if you already subscribed, thumb us up.
Yes.
We really could use it. Thank you. Please comment.
Yes.
Now.
Sunflowers.